Sometimes I have some crazy thoughts and some crazy dreams. And one of my dreams just so happens to be opening a school for music and arts, or, just anything artistic. In the midst of, talking to myself and realizing my dreams and speaking those things into fruition, I realized a weird flaw in the schooling system. So, me, when I was thinking about that, I was like, well, what kind of teachers would I hire? Because I would like the school to be K through 12. And the only logical conclusion was psychologists, right? People who understand humans and the brain on a fundamental level. Some things that, us little smooth brain folks out here don't necessarily understand because we didn't study the human mind and how it thinks. So why don't psychologists want to teach school children? And the only conclusion I can come into is the fact that there's already an issue in the school system with the pay gap for teachers, like why isn't more money being funneled into that than into the military? I don't really like to get political, but that's just crazy to me. In the midst of thinking about my dream, I'm like having this epiphany about why aren't psychologists teaching children? It's gotta be the pay, you know what I mean? Because psychologists gotta go to school a lot longer than teachers who teach K through, like, let's say, K through 8th grade, all the way through middle school. Uh, those teachers, don't quote me on this, but I think they gotta go to school for like 4 to 8 years or something like that. And to be a psychologist, it might be the same. I don't know, but I think the pay gap between teacher or public school teacher and psychologist is huge. But if we were employing psychologists to teach children, those psychologists could figure out what those children are really good at a young age, and we could focus on teaching children what they're good at instead of focus on teaching children all these things that they don't know. I heard about a book recently. I didn't read it, but it's basically a good quote to take from it is don't focus too much of your attention on being good at a bunch of different things because then you're going to miss out on that one really good thing that you're good at. And I think the flaw in public schools is that they do that with children. But if I had a school, I could, like, if I had enough money, obviously, to pay psychologists, I could employ psychologists up until the 8th grade to teach kids the fundamentals of, school. I do think that most people should understand everything from K through 8th grade. And it fucking shows with some people these days that they don't understand a whole lot. Don't tell them that. People get mad. All jokes aside, and then once the kids get to like, the high school stage, we focus. By that time, psychologists probably already figured out what every one of those children are good at, because psychologists pay attention to things. They notice things. Yeah, they'd be teaching them all these little things, but at the same time, those children would get to select, like starting at each year, they could select a new thing to try for free at the expense of the school, not the parents, not the public school system or whatever the case may be, at the expense of the school that I want to build. So, like, I definitely believe that children are better when you put a task in front of them and you coach them and you teach them that, hey, I know this thing is hard, but do you enjoy it? And if the child's answer is yes, I enjoy it, you should push them, not too much, obviously. Don't fucking beat the kid with a fucking thing just because you want him to learn the violin. Jeez. Be a good parent. God. But again, all jokes aside, I'm going on a tangent that was much longer than I expected here. Maybe this will end up having to be a 2-part series because I know a lot of people's attention on videos is fucking crazy these days. They don't like to listen to somebody talk, which is crazy to me because I listen to podcasts. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent again. This is not the point. Anyway, so, yeah, people... Man, that's what I'm going to do. That's one of my big dreams. Open the Ruby Cloud School of Arts. K through 12 children will be able to select one elective each year to focus on. If they don't end up liking it by the end of the year, like literally like it. It's not if they're good at it. It's not if they're good at it. Grades only matter for the stuff that they need to know to graduate through high school. That's the only place grades would matter. Otherwise, I don't think we could legally be a public school. But other than that, we would focus things. So, like, kids who show talent in basketball, they could really fucking focus on basketball for most of high school instead of focus on learning fucking physics. What the fuck? Well, maybe a basketball player should know physics. Hey, you learn new crazy ways of thinking when you're just thinking. Remember, never stop thinking. Have a great day.